Welcome to Meg's Motorcycle Journey, where we explore the world on two wheels. This channel will follow me on my journey to become a better rider and explore my love of all things motorcycles. Hello, it's pretty cold. We're gonna go check out some different trailers today. I did wear my full face helmet, and for those of you that have been saying I need real leather pants, I got the real leather pants. But we're going to check out a bunch of different kinds, see what we like. That was some really good advice I received from some of you was don't buy the first trailer you see. Go check out a bunch of different ones. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what we planned to do, but we got only a very little way and realized that my camera wasn't working. So we pulled over and we decided to try to put cameraman's phone in his phone mount and try to stick it out to the side and tape for a little while with his phone mount. That was not really working, so we pulled over again. He held the side of the phone mount, which was not the safest option, so we tried rigging it, and we weren't really able to get it in a position that taped footage very well. We tried hooking it to his jacket, a couple of other things, so that's why this footage is not the greatest. It's only for a little while, so we did end up only taking about 5 to 10 minutes of footage that was usable on this day, but we still went to look at trailers. We looked at a big, huge one that was, I believe, 16 feet by 7 feet. But the floor seemed wet or rotted out, even though it was fairly new and in pretty good condition, so we decided against it. We also looked at a shorter trailer, like height-wise. I believe it was a 6 by 12 that we were told you could fit 2 bikes in, but it looked tight, and we really were hoping to be able to fit at least 2 bikes, if not 3 bikes in there. Now, we are lucky because we have a multi-dual purpose for this trailer, both to carry our bikes and also to use in our car wash business. This is when we arrived at one of the locations, and for all you people always telling me to wear a full face helmet, I thought you would appreciate that. So this was actually a different day that we went to a different destination to look at some other trailers. We did 2 days of riding around on our bikes to look at trailers, and then 1 day of driving in the car. And like I mentioned, it's a dual purpose trailer because we do fleet washing in my car washing business, and we sometimes have to bring large water tanks and generators and other equipment, and we do have various rigs for that, but sometimes we need more than we can carry in either a pickup truck or our transit van. And so we thought that a trailer would be handy for that, as well as when we need to trailer our bikes. I've had a lot of people say, don't ever buy a trailer, just ride everywhere that you need to go. If you're a true rider, that's what you'll do. And I'm just here to say that I will ride in cold temperatures. I will ride in the rain with wet roads. You guys have already seen that I will do both of them. In a lot of these videos, it's in the 40s. I'll ride in the 30s. You've seen that I'll ride when it's wet. So I don't think it's a matter of whether you're a true rider or not. For me, it's the fact that for at least a couple months of the year, there's a good possibility that in Maryland, there'll be snow on the ground. And that makes it really difficult and not very safe if there's ice and snow to be riding my bike. Something like the trip that I just took to Florida to train with Jerry Palladino would be very difficult for me to do in December, January, February, even March, if we had snow or ice on the ground, if I planned to ride there. It would also be difficult to carry all of the things that I need on this bike. So if I plan to ever ride in a warmer climate through the winter months, it makes sense for me to have a trailer. And I don't think that has any impact on whether I'm a true rider or not. I love to ride my bike, and I would rather ride my bike than ride in a car every single day of the week. But sometimes, given the fact that I live on the East Coast to the more northern part of the country, sometimes that's not a safe option. So I think a trailer enables me to be able to take trips to places that I wouldn't normally be able to take trips. Although in the summer, I certainly intend to make long trips on my bike. I won't be trailering to a lot of places when the weather is warm. I will be riding and staying overnight, and that's one of the reasons I installed a sissy bar, so that I have some ability to take different items with me. So that's something I will be doing. I've had a lot of people suggest, because I mentioned that I wanted to get to 5 more states this year, some other states that I want to ride in. I already went to Florida, since I said that I wanted to ride to 5 new states within the year, but I want to go to Florida again. I'm considering Daytona. I would like to ride to Tennessee. I have a conference that I'm supposed to speak at in June that is in upstate New York near Niagara Falls. So I would like to ride to that conference and do some taping there. So I'll hit a couple more states on my way. But if you guys have suggestions for somewhere that is excellent riding on the East Coast or within a day or so travel, I would absolutely love to ride on the West Coast. I would love to ride out west. It's a little bit difficult for me to do at this point in my life, simply because I've got 3 young children. I have 2 businesses that depend on me all the time. So taking more than a 10-day vacation away from them is difficult. That will obviously change as my children get older and I have trusted employees and partners that can run my businesses while I'm away. But for now, it is an undertaking for me to leave for even a week, and I have to put a lot of planning into that. I have to plan for my children to be taken care of. I have to plan for my businesses to continue to run smoothly in my absence. And so while I would love to do a trip all the way across the country to California, I don't think that's in the cards for this year, but hopefully in the coming years, that will be a possibility. So on this day, we went to see a trailer that we really liked. It had only been used once or twice. It was a 7x12. It had been used for snowmobile trailering. The only issue was that the door, the fold down part of the door, had been ripped off, and we knew that that was an easy fix. So I believe that trailer was a 2017, and we really liked it, and we were at that point considering purchasing that trailer. We had seen, I believe, 5 trailers up to that point, and that was certainly the one that we were most interested in. It was in the best shape. We knew that we could fit 2 bikes in that trailer. And just for some background, I've got, as you guys know, I've got a lot of buddies that I grew up with that ride. None of us had ever owned a trailer or purchased a trailer, so nobody had very helpful advice to give me. But I did go to various groups that I'm a part of on Facebook. I've mentioned before the Harley Riders of Maryland, the Maryland Motorcycle Riders, a group for moms that are bikers. And I posted in those groups asking if anyone had any advice or if anyone was selling a trailer. And I got so much helpful feedback. So, you'll hear that bikers are some of the nicest people and that the biker community really will take care of each other. And I think that this was a clear example of that, because I had a lot of private messages. I had people reach out to me on those posts and give me some really fantastic advice. So if you are one of those people, I just want to say thank you. I greatly appreciate your help on this project. In particular, the gentleman we ended up purchasing a trailer from, Mr. Gibson, actually was from our hometown. His son went to high school with us. He reached out to me, gave me some truly great advice about searching for a trailer and what to look for in a trailer because he's owned several. He said he had a trailer for sale and that if I wanted to come look at it, I could. But he also sent me listings for several other people's trailers, which tells me that this is a stand-up guy. This is a person that is not out for their own interest, but, willing to help somebody out. So I actually went and looked at 2 of the listings that he sent me, and the one listing that he sent me was the one that I almost purchased that I was just speaking of, that was used to tow snowmobiles. I am grateful because he was so very helpful, and as you'll see, we ended up purchasing a trailer from him. The funny thing is that at the time I didn't know that I was going to be going down to train with Jerry of Ride Like a Pro. So I didn't know I'd be needing it so soon. But within almost a week to 2, I think a week and a half of us purchasing the trailer, which we purchased it as a company asset because we'll be using it for our company, we had to use it and wouldn't have been able to make the trip to Florida without it. So it was just perfect timing that I didn't know in advance was going to be perfect timing, but it worked out really well. And it was certainly an adventure, having never driven a trailer before, and some considerations when we were purchasing the trailer was, how are we going to secure our bikes? And we saw a couple of different options. The options that we saw was a product called Biker Bar, and that was in one of the trailers we looked at. And you're able to just drive straight in, and it locks your bike in. So we really considered that. But that is a pretty large system, and it makes it harder for us to store other things in the trailer because it is stationary and it's pretty big, and if you take it out, there's still sort of metal pieces that stick up. So for our purposes, if we could find something that was similar but not as bulky and more easily removable, that would have been better. So we did actually find that, and that's one of the reasons we ended up purchasing the trailer that we purchased, is because it already had 2 lock and load shocks installed that you could drive right up, and it locks the front wheel of your bike in. You still have to strap your bike down, but you can also remove them very easily, and you can move them around, and that enables us to use the trailer as both a work trailer and to tow motorcycles. I was a little skeptical having watched the YouTube videos and the reviews, but it really is as easy as the videos make it look. You can drive your bike right in, and it locks your front wheel in, and use the ties. It's really that simple and keeps your bike safe and protected while you're driving. So even though we went to check out trailers on our bikes, we obviously had to drive a truck to pick up the trailer. So the last day when we were deciding on which trailer and trying to pick up the trailer, we took my truck that you'll see in a moment. Trying to pick it up, and I'll give you guys an update in a little while, see how it goes.
You have to see when you load that. See how that sits down in the back, but it could be the way your truck sits.
So here's the trailer. A lot of people have asked me about whether I would be taking longer trips, and last year I did take some longer trips. I would do like a couple 100 miles a day, no issues. But if I'm going to be traveling anywhere where it's chilly, I think it would be nice to have the option to tow the bike. So I decided to go ahead and get a trailer. So here we go. And I'm lucky because I drive a Tundra, so I already have something to tow it with. I'm gonna have to figure out and learn how to open this. So we looked at a bunch of them, and one of the reasons that we decided on this one is because it already came with these lock and load chocks, which there's some pretty cool YouTube videos about them. And we're fortunate because it has some other stuff. It's got a shelf so I can hang all my gear from it. And we'll be able to get 2 bikes, one there and then move that one back to there. So we should be able to get 2 bikes in there. And then got this nice side door. I'm fortunate because I can use it for business purposes too. So all in all, I think it was good. So as I mentioned, I drive a Tundra. That's my primary vehicle when I can't ride my bike. I use it for my car wash business. I use it for obviously personal use. And now I have a vehicle to tow my bike trailer, which is pretty nice. I was shocked at how relatively easy it was for us to hook up the trailer to the Tundra, but that was certainly a learning experience that we looked to YouTube to give us some guidance about all the things that we needed to do. This was really exciting, and like I said, came in extremely handy right away. So I'm pretty happy with our purchase. Forgot to mention that this is a Bendron Titan trailer. It is a single axle, and it is 7 by 12 feet. I'm not sure how tall it is, actually. It's a bike home away from home, so maybe get some cool wall art in the way of posters or things like that. But I appreciate all the help that I got on my journey for the trailer. I appreciate all the people that reached out to me. Mr. Gibson, like I said, was great, and countless other people. So thank you very much for your help and for following along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ride safe.